the guy with the thinning hair, making things on YouTube from his chair, sitting at his workbench, grin so white, he might be there naked, close your eyes. Buckman's Model Mania with plastic.
Hey everybody, my computer's being stupid again. Got Ken here with me, and the computer, I just figured out what's been causing the issue. For some reason, StreamYard, or at least for me, StreamYard is not liking OBS. You still there, Ken? I think I hear you breathing.
I am still here.
Okay, just checking. I thought I heard you breathing. But yeah, and the best time to find that out is 5 minutes before you join or jump onto the stream. Oh yeah, and guess what? I'm upside down because that's how StreamYard reads this camera.
Well, tonight we have Alec here. He's saying first. Donnie says, damn, you aliens are fast.
Okay, we're going to go with this camera instead.
We have Jody saying, ooh, a virgin-like button. Click. Alec, go ahead.
I'm going to try something here because since it's accessing my camera now, let's see what happens when I do this. Oh, wait, I have to hit start virtual camera. Hey! But
You're satisfied? He showed it really quick. That's all you get.
Well, it is StreamYard that's causing the issue.
There we go. Alex says, I'm not an alien. Keith is here. He says, hello to all humans and non-human life forms.
Yes, we have many.
Stephen Haynes is here. He says, hi, Buck and Ken. Hey, Stephen. Gordon's here. He says, hi, guys. Manning Tree is here. He says, hi, Buck and Ken.
I'm playing with settings right now.
Yeah. And what else we got? Donnie says, I've had no problems with OBS and StreamYards.
It's just been here recently.
Yeah. And yeah, everybody's saying hello to each other. And you still have two goofies up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But the way to fix that is, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Ungoofy this one.
There you go.
I'm starting to get irritated. Interesting.
Small screen. Big screen.
Well, StreamCam is not working right now. So let me wander around the desk real quick.
Okay. Jody, if you're here still, how did you make out with that that clear coat you put on? Or did you yet? Donnie says, I used OBS with StreamYards last night.
Yeah, it's something in my OBS suddenly, because it was doing the same thing on the the laptop.
Oh, Jody says, I'm about too soon, Ken. Okay. Let us know how you make out.
There we go. This is what I was trying to do, is be able to do this. Oh, wait, now I have to go over here. Okay. So now I can minimize StreamYard. I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to Todd and see what he thinks it might be, because StreamYard is being, or not StreamYard, but OBS is being a pain in my behind. So back to the business at hand.
Yes. Building some Hogwarts.
No, this is not Harry, not Potter, not Lego, not Hogwarts.
Building some wizard school.
Exactly. Yeah, Alec, face cam is okay as long as it's not your face cam.
Andrew's here. He said, this doesn't look like wood.
Not supposed to be. That's tomorrow. So many pieces.
And Jody says, I usually make out with my hands and my mouth, but I guess I could try something new. I said, let me know how you make out with the clear coat.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. And last week I did this. So what I'm doing is I just split screened the there. I split screened to where I can see both StreamYard and the PDF on the same screen. That way I know what I'm doing. Or at least I can pretend I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Tonight I have 20 trivia questions ready to go. And I have 4 categories. And I'll let you guys pick the category you want me to start with first tonight.
Cool. I just thought of something. I realized why things sound weird. Missing one thing.
There you go. So the categories for tonight are World War II, scale models, at the arcade, and Lego. And Jody says Seth MacFarlane. And Andrew's letting us know it is 1-2 for Hayes. He means Jays, but yeah.
Interesting. Now the headphones aren't working.
Oh. All sorts of issues tonight.
Yep.
Although Jody didn't actually say Seth MacFarlane, he said Meth Sackfarlane, Farion or whatever.
You know, I just thought of something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at all positive. Actually, okay. I was going to say I'm not at all positive that this thing is still hooked up. Done. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. Whoops. If you're talking right now, I
am not talking right now.
Okay, I was just double checking because I didn't hear anything. And let's make sure. Well, actually, let me double check on StreamYard. Audio is still the wireless microphone. Okay.
Donnie says, I pick building World War II models at the arcade with Lego.
Cool.
And Jody seconds that emotion. Alex says, and hey, I'm not that bad looking, Buck. LOL. I choose World War II.
Wait. Alec, do you own a mirror? I mean, we did discuss earlier that you are related to Ian.
Hey, he had a date this year that I know of at least once.
There is that.
He could have had more, but that means he's had more action than I have. And by action, I just mean dating action.
Yeah. Well, the question is, was it a blind date?
Like legally blind?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Poor Alec.
Well, so far, the only legitimate choice we have is World War II.
Oh. I do have to say, at one point in time, I worked somewhere that we picked on one of the guys there occasionally, just in fun. And, my boss and I determined that should this one guy ever go postal, be up on the top of a clock tower with a rifle.
Yep.
It was 50-50 which one of us, either him or I, would be the first one shot. But like I said, it was all in fun. Mostly. Ed was a different kind of person.
Mostly.
I wonder if I can get that back off. That's going to be inside. Probably not going to see it.
Well, better mostly than moistly.
Moistly, yes. Yeah. Ooh.
Todd says Legos. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd. I don't think he was choosing a category. I think he was just saying this is what he sees on the screen.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to start the trivia here.
Cool.
Let's start with World War II.
The answer is Seth MacFarlane.
Is it? Okay. Question number 1. In World War II, the French line that proved to be ineffective against the German forces was known by what name? In World War II, the French line that proved to be ineffective against the German forces was known by what name?
Ooh. Bunch of losers? No.
A bunch of people are saying "Hey Todd" was the name of the line, but I think they're wrong.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm almost positive that wasn't the line. Oh, look at that, pretty. I should do this occasionally too. Move this one over here sometimes and go
to a black screen.
Oh, really? Now this one. Oh, well, actually, we'll do it this way.
Let's see. Alex says main line, question mark. Steven says Magento line.
Nope.
Don says howdy. Welcome, Don. For the benefit of Don, I will read that question again. Question number 1. In World War II, the French line that proved to be ineffective against the German forces was known by what name?
Jody's looking for a date.
So what part of the building are you working on right now? Did you freeze? I think you froze. Quick, somebody call an ambulance. Buck's frozen.
Back. Okay. That is definitely OBS. Can you hear me again?
I can hear you again.
Okay,
Donnie says Buck's not getting paid right now. He can't afford to have more than 2 cameras working.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
And sometimes not even those two.
All right, I'll give you guys a few more seconds to get your answers in. Jody said, overcomplicated BS. I'm assuming you're talking about OBS. Yep.
Yes.
Overcomplicated BS.
BS. But yeah, so this is the dining hall.
You just went really grainy,
And-
but we can still see you. So that's the dining hall.
And so this is the main hall. And hopefully you're not going to lose me, because what I did try thinking it might be the might be my internet. I did switch internets. So
What resolution are you running at?
let me
StreamYards?
switch back over to my
I think
normal.
you froze again. Nope. There you go. You're freezing and unfreezing.
There we go. I should not be grainy anymore. I just switched to T-Mobile instead.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're not. That's good.
Okay.
Uh,
I really need to get set up upstairs and get everything straightened out.
yeah. Donnie says, aren't you using a different computer now?
I am, but the computer I'm using is the one that I used for months. Actually, for 5 years. I used this. This one was the one that I had before the laptop, and everything was working great. Of course, on the other hand, I'm on Firefox. I don't know. The computer is angry at me. I don't know why.
It was starting to twitch out again there, but you're good again.
Yeah.
Gordon says, me comments is coming up. Okay. So I'm going to say that Stephen Haynes was pretty much right. He just spelled it wrong. Not Magento line. It was the Maginot line. The Maginot line. It was like pretty much like a giant hill running all along the border between France and Germany, with like artillery emplacements and machine gun like bunkers and pillboxes and everything just lined up ready for the Germans to come at them. And unfortunately, the Germans went around.
Yeah. Well, isn't that where BJ Blazkowicz was hanging out too?
You got computer games on your mind.
Always. We got to remember, I played Wolfenstein when Wolfenstein was 2D top view.
Okay. I remember that.
Uh-huh. And one of the comments that they made in computer gaming world when Wolfenstein 3D came out was because comparatively it was a bloody game. But one of the comments they made was, at least they didn't provide the grenades,
There
which
you go.
they did later.
Gordon said, I got that too. Okay. Good. All right. I'm going to go to question 2. Question number 2. What city suffered a 900-day siege while resisting occupation by the Germans? What city suffered a 900-day siege while resisting occupation by the Germans? Remember, there's only 5 questions per category. Donnie says, ooh, I played Wolfenstein then too. And Keith says, me 3. Let's see here. Don says Stalingrad. Donnie says Leningrad. Steven says Leningrad. Keith says Stalingrad. Alex says Stockholm.
That's okay. Alec has a Stockholm syndrome going on. Oops, wait a minute.
Good to see a little bit more guessing action going on. Did you know question 1 there, Buck?
I did not.
Okay.
But and everybody is going to the other end of the spectrum. I was thinking Paris, but that would be wrong for the first one.
Let's see here. Gordon says
I mean, for this one.
Stalingrad.
This is not the. There they are. I'm looking for the windows. There's supposed to be windows here. And the windows are all in here with the boats. Oops, I broke one of the little boats. But out of the two that are being thrown up there, the actual answer is not Paris. I know that after seeing the answers, because it was the Russian front. I am going to have to say it was probably Leningrad. Uh-oh. Are you still there, Ken?
I am still here.
Okay.
The answer is Leningrad.
Look at me go.
So everybody who got that right, give yourself a good old pat on the back. I don't see you patting, Buck.
Huh?
I said anybody who got it right, give yourself a pat on the back.
Yep.
I don't see you patting there, Buck.
Well, I was about to, because, you know, I watch Angry Cops and good job. Good job.
There you go.
You know who Angry Cops is, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay.
The good old POB.
Yes. I enjoy his channel a lot.
Yeah. Don says Seth MacFarlane.
Yep. I'm almost afraid to try and record now that well, no, actually it only screws up when I'm trying to go on the internet.
Trent is here. He says, hey, Buck and Ken.
Hey,
welcome,
Trent.
welcome, Trent. You missed the first couple trivia questions there, Trent.
So right now, so that everybody can see what I'm actually
a bunch of
doing.
windows, or
yes, that's what I was going to show. Is come on, focus. There we go. Windows.
Oh, and there's actually like detail in them. Oh, nice.
These ones that I put in already, they don't have the glass in them because, like, they're going to come out to walkways, it looks like.
And the owls need somewhere to come in.
Yep. And there are 18 of them.
All right. Question 3. Anne Frank wrote her famous diary while hiding in what occupied city? Anne Frank wrote her famous diary while hiding in what occupied city?
Someday I'm going to acquire a copy of that and actually read it. I'm trying. Oh, man.
Don says Antwerp. I think he means Antwerp.
Yes.
Jody says Attica. No, wait, no. Alex says the attic of a building in Paris.
That was my initial thought, but I think Antwerp, because my gut feeling is one of the hardest to watch movies I've ever seen, Schindler's List. I have never occurred to me before tonight, but I'm guessing that the little girl in the red or pink coat was probably supposed to be Anne Frank.
Okay, I think they should have been a little too young for that. And Frank was a bit older. We're getting a lot of Antwerp guesses.
Yes, when I watched Schindler's List while I was deployed one time, and I came home after that deployment, and Andrea had a copy of it, and she was like, "We should watch this," and I'm like, "Can you give me a couple of months?" Because that was a very rough movie to watch.
Yes, it is.
And interesting thing about that movie that a lot of people don't realize, because Blu-rays and DVDs these days, I don't know if they have copy protection on them, but for the most they do, but for the most part, people are not copying VHS tapes anymore. When he made that movie, Spielberg told them not to put copy protection on it. It had no copy protection. He didn't want it because he wanted as many people to see that movie as possible.
Okay, so Donnie says Amsterdam. So the answer is Amsterdam. Donnie gets it with the Google. Everybody was one country away.
Donnie's Google foo is
Antwerp
strong.
One country away. Yes, then Anne Frank Museum is there too.
Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, there's the problem.
What's that?
I missed two pieces. I went to put this archway into the door, and it was blocking the doors, and I'm like, that doesn't look right.
All right. Question number 4. Who commanded U.S. forces in the South Pacific and famously declared,
I shall return.
Yep. So
I know who that is.
Question is, who commanded U.S. forces in the South Pacific and famously declared, I shall return?
I believe he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
I know his counterpart in Europe did.
So we are getting MacArthur. We're getting MacArthur. Jody says a general. Well, okay. We're getting MacArthur. Don says General Douglas MacArthur as opposed to MacArthur. I'll accept both, either or. But the answer is yes, Douglas MacArthur, M-A-C, yep. Arthur.
And he's
a Mac. He's the Mac Daddy.
His counterpart in Europe was George C. Scott. Oh wait, no, Patton.
Yeah, and Patton got fired, but then they brought him back.
Yes, and the sad part is because they put it in the movie. The sad part is he died in a car accident.
Yeah, after World War II in Germany.
Yep.
And people say it was a bit of a plot to actually kill him.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me because he wanted
to carry on and go after the Russians.
Yeah, well, don't forget his nickname, Old Blood and Guts.
Yeah,
he was not a very friendly man. And actually, I think they did really well putting George C. Scott in that role.
Yeah, a lot of people think of George C. Scott when they think of him. When they think of Patton. Jody says, I may not be correct, but I was in the general area.
He was. He generally got it right. Looking and I do not see it.
All right. The final question of World War II categories. Question number 5. American forces destroyed 4 Japanese aircraft carriers during what battle in June 1942, which helped turn the tide of the war in the Pacific? The question again, American forces destroyed 4 Japanese aircraft carriers during what decisive battle in June 1942, which helped turn the tide of the war in the Pacific?
Yes, Donnie's right. I like Donnie's answer.
Yeah, we got Midway. So Don says Midway. Trent says Midway. Stephen says Midway. Alex says Midway. Manning Tree says Midway. Donnie says halfway.
I like Donnie's answer.
Yeah.
Donnie's answer is unique. And I believe that one of the ships that was there was the Big E. And no, not the nuclear carrier, but the original one.
Keith says partway.
Nobody said over there. I mean, come on.
Oh. So yes, the answer is the Battle of Midway.
Yep. And the interesting thing after Midway, when our air forces flew over Japan, we flew more airplanes over Japan at that time than Japan thought existed.
Don says, yes, Enterprise, Yorktown, and Lexington.
Yep.
Donnie says, the Enterprise was in every battle in the Pacific except for 1 or 2. I can't remember which.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, a little statue.
Well, not only that, but it's actually painted.
Yeah.
I did not know that Donnie worked in the Chinese Lego factory.
Painting figures.
Yep. That's his second job.
Figures. Alex says, rip Yorktown. Don says, Enterprise was the U.S. most decorated ship.
Yep.
Well, that is it for the World War II questions, everyone. Tally up your scores and see what you got.
I scored 4 and 7 years ago, or something like that.
Okay, I'll let you guys choose the next category. The categories remaining are scale models, at the arcade, and Lego. Keith says, Donnie, it was the Battle of the Coral Sea. Trent says arcade.
My answer for all the arcade questions is Pac-Man. Either Pac-Man or Ms. Pac-Man.
And oddly enough, I was going to have a Pac-Man question in there, but I removed it for a different one.
Ah, see how I am? I
Yeah.
was right. I got one right. Well,
Actually, I can tell you basically what the question is.
Uh-huh.
This one doesn't count for anything, but in 1982, when Pac-Man was released, how many consoles, approximately how many consoles, or not consoles, game cabinets did they produce?
I would have to say probably just because of the times and everything, probably 1.2 million. Just a rough guess.
Way too high.
500,000.
Way too high. Yeah. It was just over 400,000.
Ah.
So still a lot for the time, though, 1982.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like they stopped making them in 1982. I think they kept going for a few more years.
Oh, yeah. Well, Pac-Man was so popular that it spawned like 2 or 3 spin-offs.
Miss Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man. I think Baby Pac-Man had part digital and part pinball, I think, if I recall correctly.
Well, and then same guy who did Disco Duck, Rick Dees, I believe, was who did Pac-Man Fever.
Yes, Pac-Man Fever, the song. Yep.
Yep. I just like the group name because it was actually a DJ, and it was Disco Duck was just supposed to be a silly song, was not supposed to get any airplay, and it was actually, I think it actually made it to #1. But
Okay, Alec is going to have a hard time with these arcade questions, I believe.
Oh, probably.
But I'm going to go with arcade now because that's the only one really that 2 people really wanted. So what are you doing now? Arches coming out of the dining area into that area?
Yes, I think this, I don't know no, this is the Great Hall, but this is the entrance into the Great Hall.
Okay.
So I think this is actually would be the main entrance here, except we got windows. But it comes in here. Let's not use a knife. Let's not poke things. But it comes in here, and then there's that one window that is a door right here.
Howard's here.
Hey, Howard, welcome.
He says, I'm here backstabbing.
Backstabbing.
Alex says, LOL, why did you single me out like that, bud? Well, just because a lot of these games you probably weren't really around for. Arcades were big back in the day, 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Back in the day when arcades used quarters.
Yeah.
Not tokens.
I mean, there were days, these are all based on like video games, all these 5 questions. Arcades were around with pinball machines and games like skeet ball and all that beforehand, but that's where I'm going to be going with.
I spent many a rolls of quarters in the arcades.
So did I, especially on some of these games.
Yep.
All right, so question number 1 for the arcade. Which game lets you smash buildings as a giant monster? Basically, Godzilla meets Demolition Derby.
I love that game.
What game lets you smash buildings as a giant monster? Basically, Godzilla meets Demolition Derby.
Alec might get that one because it was made into a movie.
Yes, it was not that long ago, although we know him in movies. All right, we have Keith saying Rampage, Trent saying Rampage. Don saying Rampage.
Love that game.
Donnie saying Rampage. Alex saying Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, good God. Really? Alec, go to your spaceship.
Uh, Howard says Pong.
We had one of the first Pong machines. I don't remember how much it cost. Actually, I didn't know at the time. I think it was like $75.
So anybody who needs a little bit more assistance in guessing, this game will let you play. It was usually a 2-player game, and it lets you choose between one of 3 characters.
Yep.
I'll give you guys about 1 more minute to get, in case anybody's still waiting to guess. Like I haven't seen Gordon or I don't think Steven's guessed. Howard says, "Hey, I'm a farm kid. We didn't have time for that BS."
Of course not.
Didn't you guys have a arcade set up at the county fair or something?
Yeah, but
that was a serious question, because we used to have them when you had a fair. They always had like a big tent full of arcade games.
Well, that's the thing, is when Howard was at the county fair, he was tending the livestock.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess State Fair would be the same thing. Was State Fair, they'd have animals and stuff too, do they?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, I've never been to a state fair or anything like that.
Oh yeah, I still remember the summer I spent with my grandparents, because Grandpa had broken his back, and so I was there to help on the farm. I remember, out there 4th of July at the fair, when one of the fireworks, blew up, and the one of the embers from it landed about 10 feet from me.
Jeez. Howard says, yeah, it's called showing animals. We tended livestock at our county fair. We never had a carnival. Okay.
Carnivale.
So the answer is Rampage.
Love that game.
And they had, it was a movie just a few years ago with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yep.
It was good mindless entertainment. It wasn't like something that should have been nominated for Academy Awards, but
wait a minute. Wait. Everything The Rock is in is a very serious movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. It's just like Andrea and I, we enjoy John Cena movies, but both of us know with a lot of the movies he's in, you see the movie, when you watch the movie, you're like, Cena needs money again.
Yeah. I like him, though. I enjoy his stuff.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen Ricky Stenicki?
No, that one I haven't.
It's hilarious.
Howard says euchre was the only game we played at the county fair.
Bob euchre?
All right, the next question number 2 at the arcade. In 1978, Taito released Space Invaders. Among its novelty gameplay features that drove its popularity, the game was the first to maintain what? In 1978, Taito released Space Invaders. Among its novel gameplay features that drove its popularity, the game was the first to maintain what?
I don't know if you caught that. I know the answer.
Donnie says high score. Keith says high scores. Trent says high score.
Buck says high score.
Buck says high score. Manny Tree says high score. Don says high people.
No, that's who was playing it.
Yeah. Do you remember going to the arcade? You see all these cigarette burns where people would lay down their cigarette on the arcade machine while they're quickly playing. Yep. Stephen Haynes says high score.
I'm going to do that again because it only did it once. There we go.
Yeah. Pinball. I like pinball.
Oh, that was the bell win.
But also is the same kind of bell sound that you have on a pinball machine.
It is. I was never the greatest at pinball because I never tilted the machine. I was good at pinball, but I always thought it was weird that people are sitting there bouncing off the machine.
I like watching some videos on YouTube sometimes of people restoring pinball machines.
Yeah.
Like some of the mechanical ones with like the actual like moving parts as opposed to the digital ones. Some of the digital repair ones are pretty interesting at times too.
Well, a friend of mine had a pinball machine, an actual pinball machine in his house in the 70s. And when you would win a free game, it had this thing called pop. And if you had the top off in the back, when it went pop, that was freaking loud.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Bag 10 are done.
All right.
I'm going to drop pieces all over the place and get bag 11.
Bag 11. All right. The answer was maintaining the high score.
Yep.
It was the first game to do that. So it drove popularity by people, having something to beat.
People were able to go, oh, I beat somebody.
Yep. How many floors does this Lego Wizard School have?
I think it has probably, we got first floor, we got the the mountain. Let me see. Let me take a look. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. It does. I didn't think it had the bridge, but it does have the bridge right there.
There you go.
I think it might have 2 floors and then the towers.
Okay.
It also has a dragon. There's a dragon up there.
There be dragons there. There be dragons here?
There be dragons everywhere. Actually, the correct quote, I believe, was "Here there be dragons."
There we go. All right. Question 3. Arcade games gained a resurgence in 1991 with the introduction of what Capcom fighting game?
E.T. the Extraterrestrial. No, that almost destroyed the gaming industry. That's right.
The question again is arcade games gained a resurgence in 1991 with the introduction of what Capcom fighting game? Let's see here. Howard says Street Fighter.
I agree with Howard.
Don says Street Fighter. Donnie says Street Fighter. Trent says Street Fighter.
I put a piece on in the wrong spot.
Trent said Street Fighter. Manning Tree says Street Fighter. Stephen Haynes says Street Fighter. Alex says Megazord. A.K. Samus.
Oh, Megazord. Samus? Samus wasn't until the late 90s, if not the 2000s. That was, and not Megazord, Alec. It was Metroid. And the amazing thing about Samus was a girl.
Yes, nobody knew that.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what Howard says. You mean Metroid, Alec?
He's from the Power Rangers age. He's thinking Power Rangers. I was watching a video today, and it's funny that people lose Legos into places like their ears and find them
Yikes.
15 years later.
Let's see here. Keith says, or Donnie says, Metroid was awesome. Keith says, who remembers Qbert? I'm still waiting for someone to get the correct answer. No one has. Howard says, because I'm just looking at it right now. Street Fighter came out in 1986.
That was a clone. That's right. Street Fighter.
I'm talking 1991. A new
More
game by
dull
Capcom.
combat.
Howard
Was it
says,
more-
I'm old. I know things even if I haven't done things.
Was it more dull combat?
Trent says Mortal Kombat.
No, more dull combat.
Mortal?
More dull.
Mortal Kombat. Howard says it can't be Mortal Kombat. Keith is now saying Mortal Kombat.
Was not Mortal Kombat?
I'm just letting more people get some guesses in.
Oh, okay. Well, Howard said it couldn't be.
There's another Mortal Kombat movie coming out. Howard says it can't be Doom. Don says ye are kung fu. Howard said watch it. Be Street Fighter 2.
Epiphany.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat came out in 1992.
Shinobi. Or not. Oh.
All right, the answer. Everyone was kung fu fighting. Howard just got. He said, "Watch it be Street Fighter 2." It was Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter came out in 1986. Didn't really do much for the industry, but when Street Fighter 2 came out, it was a game revolution for arcade fighting games. Hadouken.
Hadouken.
Yeah, the first Mortal Kombat was just basically two guys fighting each other back and forth. That's all it really was. Mortal Kombat 2 brought it to a whole new level. Or not Mortal Kombat, sorry. Street Fighter 2 brought it to a whole new level. So I had to be specific on that one because there's obviously a huge difference between Street Fighter and Street Fighter 2.
Yep. Well, I like Donnie's answer. Put Fighter.
Yeah. Pit Fighter
Put the
was a
fighter
game. I do
where?
remember that.
Oh, wait. Good game. Pitfall.
Pitfall. Ooh, that's going back.
Yes.
I remember having that game on my Atari.
Yep. With Pitfall Harry. That was actually one of the ads for the Atari was Pitfall.
All right. Fourth question.
Little bricks.
Uh,
Come on, focus, focus. There we go. Little bricks.
Fourth question. In arcade, which beat 'em up let you and three friends punch ninjas while yelling "Cowabunga"? Which beat 'em up lets you and three friends punch ninjas while yelling "Cowabunga."
Pizza Man 2000.
Alex says TMNT.
Alec just misspelled TNT. That's all.
Oh, okay. Donnie says Ninja Turtles.
How old were they, Donnie? Come on.
Howard says my Atari would screw up, and on Pitfall, I got my Atari back when everyone had a PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Trent says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Keith says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Manny Tree says Ninja Turtles. How about you, Buck? What are you saying?
Heroes on a half shell. Turtle power.
Alec is saying, I was saying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Buck. I know what it is.
I don't know. Never know with these aliens.
Yeah, Don says TMNT. Steven says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's kind of funny. We went to a friend's house and they had this really cool new video game. It was about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm like, you stepped in what?
Howard says lies. Oh,
You know.
Don says, okay, gotta run, guys. Time for bed. All right, Donnie, have a good night.
Good night, Donnie.
And the answer is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I will accept all those Ninja Turtle answers or TMNT. Yeah, you guys got it. It was an easy question. These arcade ones are pretty easy if you're a certain age.
And most of us here are.
Yes.
There are one or two of us that are not. Okay, there's one of us that is not.
But I have to say, with that hint, it made it pretty easy.
Yep.
But yeah, no, there you go, Alec. Yeah, you're right. You got one. Good job, man. I'm proud of you. This next one was a huge quarter eater for me as we approach the 1 hour mark of your stream.
Cool.
So the final question in at the arcade, question number 5. What game made teamwork essential as you hacked through dungeons and yelled, "Wizard needs food badly"? What game made teamwork essential as you hacked through dungeons and yelled, "Wizard needs food badly"?
I'm looking at the console. I can see it, but the name is missing.
It also could have been like Valkyrie shot the potion.
Ah, there it is. Howard got it.
Howard says Gauntlet.
Okay, Howard
says
well,
Gauntlet.
I should say Howard has my answer.
Yes. It was a 4-player game.
It was.
That's why you really had to cooperate. Yep, Steven says Gauntlet. Manitree says Gauntlet. Alex says, I'm going to cheat and go with what everyone's saying, so Gauntlet. Don says Gauntlet.
I have to say it was a brilliant marketing strategy, too.
Well,
Because,
your life was constantly dropping the game all the time.
yeah, well, think about it, though. When there's 4 of you playing, you each have to deposit a quarter.
Yes. Yep.
And so every
each player had their own slot.
Yeah, but every play was at least $1. And the evil part of that was, if I remember correctly, that when you would when somebody would die, it did not matter who had dropped the quarter. If they pushed start, they got back in the game, no matter whose quarter it was.
Don says, what? No Donkey Kong question? LOL. I thought about having a Donkey Kong question in there, But I was like, nah. Because I only had so much to do with 5, and I wanted to make these ones kind of get some interest in here, because a lot of us of a certain age spent time at arcades and played these games. Just out of curiosity, like anyone else spend a lot of money on Gauntlet? Because that was the answer. Gauntlet was the answer. Who else dropped a ton of money in Gauntlet? Keith says, I dropped a lot of quarters playing Joust. Okay. Howard says, I bought the 1-Up arcade because of that specific game. Yeah. My one friend always had to play the elf because he was the fastest. So he could run around, snag all the food and potions and treasure chests and everything. Let's see here. Alex says, no OG Mario trying to free his ex before Peach.
Well, the one that I was wondering if you would have a question about. My favorite game when I was hitting the arcade was Tempest.
Tempest, yeah. There was a lot I looked at, and I just like, no. And some of these questions here tonight, I actually didn't go to a place to look up actual trivia. I actually just researched stuff and just made up my own questions. So,
Wait,
Don says Zaxxon.
wait. I thought I had Don, or I mean, not Don. I thought I had Ken on here. Jody? Because I know Jody does the same thing.
Trent says Defender and Galaga.
That man's playing Galaga. He didn't think we'd notice, but we did.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong one. I was no good at Defender, but I would stand there for hours watching people play it.
Don, I remember that game, and I put a fair amount of money in that one to Russian Attack.
Yep.
You could jump, you could lay down. You had the knife to attack all the time, and then you'd try and pick up other weapons. I also remember Operation Wolf. And then there was Operation Thunderbolt, which was 2-player.
And there were all the gunslinger type games. Those were always interesting.
Yes. Howard said that was a made-up line by Robert Downey Jr., so they added that scene. Yeah.
Yep. You know, the whole, you know, it's funny because our generation had games with guns attached to them, and we didn't go out and murder everybody.
Alex says, Buck, were you playing Galaga during work? I think Tony caught you.
Nope. I was never any good at Galaga. Andrea, from what I understand, was good at Galaga.
All right. That leaves us with 2 categories left. Scale models and Lego. Scale models and Lego.
I say we go for scale models. That's just me. Because, well, you know, the people here that are watching, none of them will know anything about scale models.
Alex says Lego. And Buck said scale models. So we're looking for a split on that one. Alex says, let's save the best for last. Manny Tree says Lego. I'll give it another minute, see if we get any more votes in due to the delay. Trent says models. So what is that, 2 and 2?
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay. Normally don't do this, but I got a couple pieces that are like, I'm not sure if I'm going to stay here.
Keith says scale Legos. Ha 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 ha. My mom just died, Howard. That's not very funny. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You panicked me there for a second.
Alex says, oh man, but models are so much better than Legos. No offense, Buck or Keith.
It depends on what the subject is. They're
Okay,
both
so far
great.
we're tied. Default will go in the order that I wrote them, which would be scale models. So right now, I'll give you guys another 30 seconds. The mock stop is here. He says hello. He or she says hello.
Ah! Oh, the mock shop, or the mock stop. That's cool because what I'm doing.
Howard says scale models. Okay, so the next category is going to be scale models.
I believe we are all doing pretty well now that my computer's behaving.
Yeah, your computer's been running really good now.
Yeah. I think what it was is the PC is just a little bit pissed off because it got relegated to the bedroom, and I really haven't done anything for it with it for like 8 months. It's like, I'll teach you.
Howard says, I'm trying to glue my fingers to my jailhouse. And then he says, wagon, I mean. All right. The category, scale models. Question of the first. What was the name of the company which introduced the first models of the Universal monsters in the early 1960s? That question again. What was the name of the company which introduced the first models of the Universal monsters in the early 1960s? Let's see here. Don says Aurora. Howard says Aurora. The mock stop says question mark. Keith says Aurora. Manning Tree says Aurora. What do you say?
I was thinking the same thing, Aurora.
Okay. Steven says Aurora. Alex says Aurora because he's going with everybody else.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Polar lights. No, wait. Round 2?
Howard says, I think I know these questions. Oh, there you go. Answer is Aurora models.
I will be honest. Initially, I was thinking Lindbergh, and then I'm like, no, not Lindbergh.
I was looking at some Lindbergh questions.
I find on the ones that I've done, Lindbergh are not that bad.
Howard says, I think I know these questions. Darth Trent says, they sound familiar. These are questions I've never asked. So if someone else did trivia and asked them, maybe, but I didn't.
Well, that's okay. If it turns
Yes.
out that if it turns out that they all know the answers all the time,
Well,
just
that's good.
change the answer.
Yeah. No, you're wrong. Your answer was Scooby-Doo models. Yeah, Scooby-Doo models. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me go on Wikipedia and change the answer.
Yep, because you can.
Muckstop says, what brand is this?
This is MINISO. It is bought off of AliExpress.
Howard says, it's fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine.
We're fine here.
Who is this? What's your operator number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Mockstop says, okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Yep. There's one on there that I'm really leaning toward on AliExpress that I'm really leaning towards getting.
Oh, what's that?
The Artemis.
Oh, okay.
I have the Saturn V, so I'm really leaning towards getting the Artemis. And Todd would be proud of me because my Saturn V is real Lego.
Keith says, I can change if I have to, I guess. All right, we'll go to the next question, which bounces right off the first question. Question number 2. What was the first Aurora monster kit? What was
Wolfman.
the first Aurora monster kit?
Wolfman. Just throw it out there.
Trent says, I'd like a scale model of the SLS. Howard said, I got a non-Lego kit of a cat licking his ... Howard says, Frankenstein? You mean Frankenstein?
Frankenstein. There we go.
Alex says vampire. Keith says Frankenstein. Don says Frankenstein. Trent says Frankenstein. Manatry says Frankenstein. Steven says Frankenstein. What do you say?
I still say Wolfman.
Okay.
That's what I said originally. I'm sticking with it. Damn it, if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be wrong all the way.
Howard says beans above the Franks.
Oh, I hate that when that happens. Wait, I thought Howard's generic answer was bedroom golf.
I mean, I could be a jerk and say no one's got the answer right.
Oh. If that's the truth, then I would have to say mummy.
No, technically it's right. Howard says it's is. Keith says that just means you're doing a headstand. Alex says, LOL, nope. I'm not falling for that again. I'm not asking about that again. Okay, the answer was, yeah, technically Frankenstein, but actually, realistically, it was Frankenstein's monster.
Well, there is that.
If I was going to be a jerk about it. Yeah, there you go. Don got it. Frankenstein's monster. Yes. It wasn't Dr. Frankenstein. It was his monster.
The monster was Frankenstein's monster.
But yeah, I accept, obviously, Frankenstein, because that's what everybody called him for, generations.
There was a movie in the 60s, a Frankenstein movie in the 60s, that was so well done. And it was, what was it? Victor Frankenstein's brother drowned and that was why he, why he brought him back, figured out how to bring him back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a tragic movie because the guy was aware and everything else, and then he started deteriorating. It was just basically he became a zombie type. Not a complete zombie the way they are these days, the way zombies are depicted these days, but it was a really good movie, and I was like, wow. And it actually, I think it was a full 120 minutes because it actually went into when Frankenstein's girlfriend got killed and basically got decapitated by getting run over by a wagon, a cart.
Yep.
And he brought her back to life for his brother's wife.
Howard says Del Toro is doing his version of that movie. That's cool. He's usually really good.
Indeed, he is. I will be honest. I've looked for that movie several times. I haven't seen it since the 70s. And I would love to find it and watch it again.
Howard says, go ahead.
Find out that it was actually a really terrible movie. I was just very young.
Howard says, did you ever watch The Incredible Shrinking Man? No, but I saw The Amazing Colossal Man.
What about the 50-foot woman? The Attack of the 50-foot woman.
I hear that one's being redone too.
So I'm looking at sticks. There they are.
All right, scale model question. Question number 3. Tamiya began in 1946 as what kind of company? Tamiya began in 1946 as what kind of company? Howard said, saw that and the porn version 50-foot woman. Okay. Alex says, I bet a lot of lucky guys are in that movie when she is walking through cities.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Alex says toy. Howard says remote control cars.
That's what I was thinking, actually.
Yeah, I don't know, are they still big into remote control cars? I still see some, but are they as big as they are in models now, and like scale modeling, or?
I don't think they are.
I know slot cars is big for them.
Actually, I think that you said 1946, right?
Yep, just after the war in Japan.
I think that's too early for remote-controlled cars. I would have to say, because I agree with that, the vein of that answer, but I don't think it was remote-controlled cars. I think it was the you fly it with the string airplane models.
Okay. So,
I'm
Alec,
old, I remember
can you be
these
more
things.
specific in toys? Just asking. If you want to be more specific in toy.
Lego. No, wait.
No, wait. Yeah, no, wait. That's the next category after this one. Don said plastic models.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I just had a random thought wander through my mind.
Manning Tree says model cars, and Steven says wooden toys.
I was going to say, it would kill Ian to find out that his favorite model company used to do wooden models.
Yeah. Alex says cars, so toy cars. Okay. So what kind of area are you working on right now?
working on the upper deck. It's not a floor, but it's the cathedral area of the main
dining area.
Yeah,
Right.
the main hall.
You're giving him an upper decker? What?
Yeah, somebody's got to. It's the part of the room that looks really, really cool. But when you live in California and it's the summer and it's 100 or 98 to 105 degrees outside, you look up there and you go, that's 20,000 cubic feet of air that I'm cooling for no reason.
We need more ceiling fans.
Oh no, we just need to get rid of this cathedral ceiling because it's stupid. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's my point blank opinion.
So, out of curiosity, because I don't know the answer, the in Harry Potter, like is Hogwarts supposedly in like an actual country, or is it just in some magical realm of its own? Because you have to go through, like, take the magical train there and all that kind of stuff.
Hogwarts, I believe, is in the UK.
Okay.
Because what was it? In the Goblet of Fire, I don't remember the name of the two other schools, but one was from France, the other one was from Germany.
Oh, okay.
And it was very odd that I think the one from Germany came by boat, but the boat came up out of the lake.
Okay. So I'm gonna Trent, I'm gonna give the answer here in just a second. Cathedral ceilings are okay, except yes, they are a waste of space. Trent says good night. Maybe it was rally cars, Night Trent, Romania. Okay. The answer is lumber. They were a lumber company after the war. They started as a lumber company.
Yes, even better. We need to make sure that Ian knows about that.
Yep. Tamiya started off as a lumber company.
That's perfect.
And you have a great night, Trent.
Good night, Trent. Have a good one. This is one of those areas that is very, very solid construction. Let me see.
Enhance.
So you see right here the pin?
Yeah, that's a different looking.
Well, that it's a little it's one peg, but it's got a little pin that sticks up, and the pin going down inside of here, that is extremely stable.
That's cool.
If I go any further back, if Ian shows up, he's going to cry because he'll see my pajamas.
Howard said, so did Lego as a wooden cabinet factory? But then we're not on Lego questions yet, Howard. We're not on Lego questions yet, Howard. Don't start getting into Lego yet.
No Legos.
Yeah, so, yeah, believe it or not, yeah, they were a lumber company. This one's a little obscure, but question 4. The first plastic models were manufactured at the end of 1936 by what UK-based company? The first plastic models were manufactured at the end of 1936 by what UK-based company? Howard says Lindbergh.
I agree with Howard. That's what I was thinking. But yeah,
think about, like, the first Plastic Metals, 1936.
Yep.
Keith says Lindbergh.
By the way, that's what I was thinking has been a running joke in our house ever since the Jack in the Box commercial.
Alex says Airfix. That's a good UK company. I like their models now. They got some really good stuff coming out these days. And they've gone through a few owners over the years too, I think, or at least one ownership change of that I know of. Howard says, I'm guessing.
I still like that answer.
Lindbergh. Yeah, they've been around for ever, it seems like.
Revell. No, it wasn't Revell. But no, you know which commercial I'm talking about for Jack in the Box?
Which one?
We have a running joke in the house whenever somebody says, that's what I was thinking. Because the Jack in the Box commercial where the guy, you know the guy is stoned sitting in his truck or in his van. He's going to Jack in the Box to drive through, talking to the little Jack bobblehead that he's got on the dash about how many little tacos to get. And he looks at Jack and he's like, how many should I get? And Jack, obviously speaking back to himself, but Jack says 30. And the stoner goes, that's what I was thinking.
Good to hear, Jody. Jody says, I missed all the questions. I had the spray booth on. Spraying went well. That's good. Good.
Very good.
Howard said, never heard of them till I met you crazy asses. Steven says Matchbox. Howard said, yay, Jody. Yeah. A lot of people don't remember that Matchbox used to make model kits.
They still do occasionally. Not very often. They still do. And occasionally they make full-size cars.
They're more, I think these days they're more known for, the little like Matchbox cars.
Yeah. Well, I knew somebody who had a Corvette, the Matchbox version of the Corvette, full-size car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keith says, nice, Jody. Okay, just so you know, guys, no one's got the answer yet. I've only heard of this company once or twice. And they don't exist anymore. Their molds were sold off. There we go. Stephen Haynes got it. Frog models.
I have seen that company name on eBay.
Yeah, I think it was the 70s or something. They went out of business, and their molds were all sold to a company in the USSR.
Zvezda?
But what does FROG stand for? It's an acronym. Actually, what it stands for is flies right from the ground. Obviously, the is not actually in part of the acronym, but flies right off of the ground.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's not the kind of plastic we use these days. It wasn't styrene.
No. Hell, even the models that, well, what is it? What was that building? Oh, yeah, the Skyvan from the 70s is not the same kind of plastic we use these days.
No, yeah. All right. Let's finish off the category at half an hour left in the stream. So the final question, question number 5 in scale models. Monogram. Monogram models began in Chicago in 1945, the same year World War II ended. Monogram models began in Chicago in 1945, producing kits made from what material? Theirs being considered to be superior to other kit producers at the time. Monogram models began in Chicago in 1945, producing kits made from what material? Theirs being considered to be superior to other kit producers at the time. Judy says 1936. And then says silk. Alex says plastic. Dash
Wood.
says silly putty. Yes,
Wood.
those silly putty models. No, they monogram like they're actually making a model kits of what material that was superior to all other model companies at the same that use the same material. Their
Vinyl.
material is superior. So Alex says plastic. Howard says human bones.
Yes.
And
But
their
I
bones
don't-
were superior because they force-fed those people milk.
I don't think that plastic is a valid answer because it's all plastic.
Keith says metal. There we go. We're thinking of thinking outside the box, but not too far outside that box. Just inside that box, just outside that box, not outside the bigger box around that box.
Wood. Why not? Why not wood?
Wood. Okay.
I mean, it's like my favorite model, or mostly favorite model company, Oakry. I was kind of surprised when I found out they've only been around for 25 years.
Howard says, I'll go with resin for Donnie. Now, Keith, do you have a specific metal type in mind?
Ooh. Aluminum?
So remember, they made their models out of this material, and theirs was considered to be superior to other manufacturers of the time. Howard says white metal. Keith says white metal. Okay. Now going to your answer, Buck. You said wood. Do you have a specific type of wood in mind?
Balsa.
Balsa wood. Okay.
I remember
we have
huge.
plastic. We have metal, which specifically people are saying white metal. We have balsa wood.
I remember that was huge in the 70s.
Jody says, I clear coated the Excelsior refit, the Miranda Hornet, and the 2S Galaxy. I still need a bit of finessing on that one. Okay. But you're happy with the clear coats, I hope. So
very cool. Yeah.
And what do you think of spraying Tamiya? Okay, the answer. I threw a bit of a red herring in there by saying theirs being considered to be superior to other kit producers at the time, because the answer is balsa wood.
Yeah.
Just to make you, think like, oh, okay, like, how can balsa wood be better than somebody else's balsa wood?
Yeah.
So it's just, I guess, the thickness, and I know they did a lot of curving of the wood and all that kind of stuff in my readings.
Well, and that's the thing, is that I remember there was lots of balsa out there in the 70s.
Yep. They started off making World War II era stuff like ships and planes, that sort of stuff. All out of balsa wood.
Yep.
And at the time, theirs were superior to other balsa wood kit making companies of the time. Yet other companies were using plastic, obviously, like Frog.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordy says it's fine. It's fine. Spring to Mia.
It's fine. Fine.
It's fine.
It's no, Mr. Griffin. It's no.
Need more lemon pledge.
Can you guys hear that?
Music in the background?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. We still have not set the clocks.
You know, I was in the house, you know, like my neighbors doing some construction or whatever, and I had my window open the other day, and I could hear some music playing throughout the day, and I couldn't quite hear the songs that well, but none of them I could recognize at all. I'm like, I don't recognize any of these songs. And then finally one song came on and I recognized it, and then I realized why I didn't recognize any of the songs. It was the song I did recognize was Under the Sea.
Well, that one was when
because he had kids, because he has kids that are preschool at home. That's why he's playing that music, because he's watching the kids. He's at home with the kids while he's working on his back deck.
Well, the last one that played just now was Winnie the Pooh. But see, the funny thing is, we bought this house in 2019, put the clocks up, put batteries in some of them, and then realized it was going to cost us a couple of $100 to put batteries in all these clocks. So the ones that you hear have not had new batteries in over 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And we do have one actual wind-up cuckoo clock, or weighted. No, we have two. One Andrea bought, which is, what is it? Snow White. You know, she bought a few years back. The other one is from the Dold Clock Factory, where Andrea worked when we were in Europe. From, God, I don't know. I know it was $89 when we bought it. I looked it up the other day, and it's like a $600 clock these days.
Howard wants to know if you have a Felix the cat.
I do not.
Ah, there you go. Something you need.
At one point, I think we had a Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
It did the same thing.
All right. So the final category in the last 20 minutes here is Lego. Question number 1 in Lego. The classic Space Lego series came out in what year? The classic Space Lego series came out in what year? Howard says bedroom golf. There are actually 3 sets series that came out at the same time, but Space Lego is one of them. And what year did it come out?
I want to say that was probably 1974 or 75.
Howard says 1978. So we have a 74/75, a 78. Alex says 78. You just following Howard, I guess. Do you remember in the Lego movie there? Have you seen a Lego movie?
I have.
Yeah, when the Space Lego comes out, like no one's excited to see him or anything. And he's got the broken little piece at the bottom of his helmet there on the front where his chin is. And like, yeah, I remember all my Space Lego guys had their helmets broken there too.
Well, I remember the reason I say 74 or 73 74 is because that I want to say that's around the time frame that I got my Moonlander.
Okay. Howard says because I got Benny's spaceship.
I remember the Moonlander with figures, not minifigs. They were figures.
Yes.
With
the big bulbous heads.
Yes, with the big bulbous heads and the arms that you
the arms
position.
with the joints in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I took
those.
Well, it was funny because I took the arms, and I took the head the square block that the head would go into, and the arms, and put them together, and I actually made what looked like a monkey.
Howard says no, Buck. It's too early.
Too early for what?
For Space Lego. Alex says it's after they moved away from wooden toys. So we're not getting a lot of guesses on this one. So the answer is 1978.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I was wrong again. I will be proudly wrong.
Question number 2 in Lego. Lego Star Wars was first announced in February of what year? Lego Star Wars was announced in February of what year?
I was going to say 90 something, but that's when we started Ninjago and all that stuff.
Howard says 1999.
That sounds reasonable.
Alex says 99.
He's copying Howard.
Was it 99 red balloons?
99 Luftballons. Yeah, I'm not going to do. It's 2 more packs. We're just going to do trivia.
Okay. Manning Tree says 1999. Howard says that was Buck's favorite year.
Space 1999. Yes.
I still only remember seeing like one episode of that when I was visiting my grandparents one year.
I watched all of season 1. I loved season 1, and season 2 they screwed it up.
I just remember there was something happened, and at the end of the episode they were cleaning up a lot of like firefighting foam or something. It was everywhere. I don't know. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, in season 1, it was all about the moon being blasted out of orbit and traveling across the galaxy, looking for a home. In season 2, they introduced Maya, who was a shapeshifter, and it changed everything. The only
network wanted changes. They wanted.
Yeah.
Howard says, "Hey Buck, are you available after the stream tonight?"
Yeah, for a little bit.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
No.
Okay, the answer is 1999.
Yep. But no, season 2, they fired everybody except, even Nick Tate, who was I believe Nick Tate was only on. Hang on. No, Nick Tate was in both seasons. I forget Barbara Baines and her husband. I forget his name. Walter Koenig. Those were the only 3 that carried from one season to the next. And they changed the whole format. They changed the uniforms. It was not nearly as I guess bad guy of the week that's going to blow up the moon.
Yeah. All right, then we're carrying on with trivia on Lego. What Lego set has the most minifigures? What Lego set has the most minifigures? Let's see here. Howard says Tate was the only guy who could fly the ship mostly.
Yeah. He was the primary pilot. And
Manitree says Death Star.
Which one?
Been so many.
The real Death Star or the Death Star pizza?
Death Star pizza?
Yeah, the new Death Star.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we can do this.
The one that came out this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can switch to that. And yes, I'm wearing Goofy.
Howard says, well, Ninjago City with 19, but now I'd say it's the latest Star because it's got 40.
Wow.
Now, this question I had to research today. I didn't actually get this off of like a trivia site or anything. Manning Tree says this year's. Okay. Alex says, I want to say the vehicle that holds and deploys droids during the Battle of Naboo, but now the new disc Death Star.
Yeah, the Death Star sounds reasonable. And I don't know if the Naboo droids were actually full figures, were they?
That I don't know. See, a lot of these ones for Lego, I have to research and stuff or get from Lego. Says I don't know as much about Lego as you guys.
Well, it's like at one point,
I would get stumped on these Lego questions like quite easily, to be honest.
At one point, the most expensive Lego set out there was the Taj Mahal.
Then it was no, because I did some researching. I saw that one today. I thought about asking you about it. It was the Colosseum.
Yeah.
At one point, yep.
Yeah. Well, the Taj Mahal at one point was when it was retired, because I think they brought it back out. The Taj Mahal, when it was in retirement, was like $4,000.
Mm-hmm. Another one of the most expensive ones now was, other than, I guess, the Death Star is the new expensive one. I think just under that was the AT-AT.
Yeah.
See, I did some research today, trying to figure out questions. All right. So the answer is this year's Death Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has 38 figures.
Yep. That's what Howard just said.
Yep. The so it's set number 75419, released in October of this year. The previous winner was the Death Star. The previous, I think it was like the 2019 one or whatever it was, or 2016 one.
Mm-hmm.
It had like 27 figures or something like that. And I found a list of all of them, what they were at the time, but I didn't write it down. But yeah, a lot of doubles and stuff like that. The new one, I think, has like 6 stormtroopers and stuff like that. So
yeah. Well, and now they've come out with the micro figures.
Yeah, like the new one, I think, has Luke Skywalker in his New Hope outfit, his facing Darth Vader and the Emperor outfit, and his disguise outfit when he was in Stormtrooper armor.
Yes, the one you see in Spider-Man is the old Death Star.
Yeah.
That one would have been worth a re-release, not the pizza slice.
Yeah. All right. Okay, question 4. What Lego theme was launched in 2011 and became very popular worldwide? What Lego theme was launched in 2011 and became very popular worldwide? Howard's the country? Did Dawn answer? I got every Lego set. I do not have the new Death Star. Death Star, yes. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is great when you're a part of a team. Blah, 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 blah.
Howard says space? Question mark.
I'm trying to think. 2000, because 2011. You said 2001 or 11?
11.
Okay. Trying to think. Jordan was born. I want to say Ninjago.
Didn't you say that came out in like, when did you say that came out? 90 something? Or something? I can't remember when you said that came out earlier.
I didn't say Ninjago.
Yeah, you said something about Ninjago earlier when I was asking about Star Wars.
Howard did, I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, because that's the right age. Or oh shit, not Ninjago, Bionicle.
Bionicle, okay.
Jordan was very big into Bionicle.
Well, the answer is Ninjago.
I was right. You talked me out of the right
earlier
answer.
you did say when I was asking the stars, and he's like, no, that's too early. I think Ninjago was about then. And I thought, oh, Ninjago, because I knew this question was coming up. That's where I remember it being said. So yes, it was Ninjago, which they've even made movies of.
Oh no, I'm looking at Discord. And Sir Fix-a-Lot has a crashed Enterprise.
Ooh. Which version of the Enterprise?
It's the Enterprise D crashed.
Howard says, no, Bionicles was earlier. Then he says Ninjago was not a big fan of it. Okay. Like I remember seeing books in bookstores for Ninjago. Apparently there's been a number of movies for that.
Yeah.
In my research. Final question. Question 20. Or question 5 in Lego. Okay. What was the first Lego product aimed at younger children? What was the first Lego product line aimed at younger children?
Okay. Everybody who's a Star Trek fan, brace yourself. Because I'm about to show it.
Ooh.
Oh, no. No. Bad. I agree with Stephen Haynes. Diplomats. I like that, Howard.
Steven says Duplo. Howard says OMG Duplo. Alex says Duplo.
I agree. Duplo.
Manitou says diplomats.
Yes, it was diplomats.
You're agreeing it's Duplo. And the answer is Duplo.
I remember when Duplo came out.
Yeah, late 70s.
Yep.
Or closer to the mid 70s, maybe. Like 77,
By the way,
78, something like that.
Yeah.
I think.
Damn phone! I thought I wanted to say that you autocorrect. Oh, he expected the phone to autocorrect it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he wanted to say that, and the phone autocorrected it.
So, question for everybody watching: what was your favorite category tonight of trivia? We had World War II, we had At the Arcade, we had Scale Models, and we had Lego. I know which one was the easiest for our age range.
I have to say, Ken, that my answer to your question would be yes. I liked them all.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hmm?
Stephen Haynes liked the World War II questions. Right on. My personal favorite were the arcade ones. I had fun looking those ones up.
Yeah, arcade was good.
Yeah. And I wanted to be a little bit different with the World War II questions. That's why I had like the Moshino line in there and the Anne Frank question in there. Figure those were kind of like a little bit of curveball where people may not learn it as much. Or as you wouldn't learn it as hardcore as some of the other stuff would have been like probably taught to you and drilled more into you for exams and stuff like in school.
Yep.
Alex said, and wow, I came out in first chat-wise. That's a surprise. Right on. And you like the arcade as well.
I'm sitting here going, delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user and delete their comments.
Howard said, none. I hate trivia. I have to use my brain. I need a Tylenol and psychotherapy.
Ooh, wait. I think Jody just took his number one because Jody's good at that.
Jody, nice number. Can I have it? Alex said, I like the model ones. Gave Buck ammunition to tease Ian on Friday. Jody, come on. Give me that number one. Oh, Howard.
Oh. Thanks, Howard. Howard took the number one.
He said, you just can't let me win, can you?
Nope.
Howard's what? What?
Yeah, I looked over to see if Jody had bumped him, but he had not.
No.
So, okay. Well, let me flip back over to this other screen because we're going to end it here.
I was actually surprised. People did really well on the model ones. I wasn't sure if people were going to get those ones with like Agora and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I was looking at this side of it and I'm like, oh, this back part. Well, here, let me flip it around. The back piece here was not down. I was on the other side when I put it on there. And unlike what a lot of, I've heard people say that the Chinese Legos fall apart. Not these. These are really, really tight.
Well, right on.
Yeah. Except you saw, I do have glue here. I did glue a few of the window pieces because the red clear does not stick very well. That escalated very quickly. Yes, it did.
It did. Alex said, you just don't like seeing the youngling win.
Uh-oh. What the alien say? He got what? Let's see. Let's flip back over the other side. Interesting. It didn't give HTM Warbucks a number.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's fucking space aliens.
Alex says, do you have any lights in it yet? Can you test? And come on, Howard. You won't let me end in second either. Jody, shenanigans, I say.
Exactly. And I'm looking for the other one. I know it's on here somewhere. It should be. Looking for the alien approaching one, but I'm not seeing it. What the hell? No, that's space aliens.
I know in the Friday night and Sunday, it's the very top.
Yeah, it's no. It's not on here. Oh, we'll do this one instead.
But I poop from there.
Oh, not even third. Poor Alec.
Steve said what?
Yeah. Thanks, Howard.
To which,
I
you know what
appreciate
we
it.
have to do.
Indeed. Thank you, Howard.
Oh my God! You've been dashed. You bastards!
I wonder. Howard said it gave HTM Warbucks number. I didn't. I'm not seeing it. Let me refresh.
Alex says, also, Buck, because of what you said on Key's stream, do I need to be wary of a new Jar Jar sound clip for Wednesdays?
Probably not. Oh, it did. It initially it didn't, but now they've all got numbers 1, 2, and 3. So there it is. So since Howard has 1, 2, and 3, doesn't that make him number 6?
Ooh.
Okay. So we're over the 2-hour mark. I'm going to call it here. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. Really have fun with this. Hope you're enjoying it because it is enjoyable. I'm having a really good time with this. I have several Lego kits that are just kind of put away in a box. I might continue doing Lego streams for a long time, and I might start doing them on the weekends and other times too, because like the what is it, Millennium Falcon. I got a Millennium Falcon. Let me switch screens real quick. I've got a Millennium Falcon that's literally about that big. So might have to break that out. The only thing is nothing is in bags. It's all been put together before. I've got that one. I've got the Taj Mahal. I've got the Sydney Opera House. Not the Big Ben, but the building. I forget the name of the building that it's in. But
Good night, Jody.
Good night, Jody. Oh, thank you. Gentlemen. But like I said, thank you for stopping by, everybody. Really appreciate it. Having a good time with this build and actually every stream. So the lineup for HTM, obviously, those of us who've watched, or those of you who've watched any at all, know that tomorrow we do the Woody Wednesday live stream. We're going to be 5 of us working on the Istanbul tram. And sometime here in the near future, probably mid-November, I'm going to start working on the Dio as well for that. And then we've got Thursday, Aligning the Stars. Thank you, Manning Tree. Aligning the Stars, Jordan will be on Friday. We have the regular HTM live stream, group stream, up to 10 of us on stream at any one time. We can actually have more people in the background, but they can't be heard then. Then Saturday we have Canadian Starship, usually preceded by Jody from Trek Mods. Sunday, another group stream from HTM. Monday we have Donnie doing Don's modeling desk. Right now working on the Orville. And that brings us back to Tuesday with Bricks and Sprues, or Keith working on his Jack Sparrow, and me working on the Hogwarts Castle. Really appreciate everybody stopping by. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Ken?
Yes, dyslexics have more noof.
They do. And so I am going to end with, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And remember, when it comes to scale modeling, it is not about the destination. It's about the journey.